This is where it comes down to the final two teams in NHL 25. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is the Stanley Cup Finals on EA Sports. That means it's where it comes down to this. And it's coming up next after this.
Hey everybody, I am Roy Crews and Terry Crews here, and welcome back to another Stanley Cup Final on EA Sports. It's Game 2 as we are ready to prepare things on for the big rematch between the Edmonton and Florida. And this time, this has always been a great start, but the first goal in OT in the finals was one of our best favorites, Sam Reinhart. He made this one with a great first goal to finish it off. But this time now, it will be a rematch taken between the Edmonton or Florida. Now for my next commentary partners, I give a welcome back to Craig, and he's also joining along with the other side, will be all determined in. Will be Son of Beast and Paintbrush. And in the center of the guideline, I will now swing it over to one of our big favorites. And this time, I give warm welcome to Test Tube. Let's get things on, as the starting goaltenders in between Skinner and Sergei Bobrovsky. See you later, everyone, for our intermission and for our post-game show. Enjoy the game, everyone. It's Game 2 here in Florida, and it's now at the center foul Florida of the game. I am Craig, and I'm here on my broadcast partner along with Son of Beast and Paintbrush. This is the Stanley Cup Finals on EA Sports. Game 2 begins now. And as the Florida Panthers have won the puck drop, we are underway here at the Amaranth Bank Arena. Tonight's matchup is in a range between the goaltenders of Short Skinner and Bobrovsky on the other side of the Florida Panthers on their zone. As we kick things up here to get started afterwards, Bobrovsky will start things here to get a dish over, now flying to Forsling. Forsling will set it over, now flying to pass over to Reinhart. Reinhart sets it over to Ekholm after the puck stick taken over. Here's a set over, now flying to Bouchard. Bouchard will now find Victor Arvidsson the other way. It's a good poke check to start in for the Florida Panthers. He will now find over to Alexander Barkov. Barkov will send it over to Reinhart, and a glove save made by Skinner. This will stop and play with only 19:11 remaining. With the big range of hits, we have updated ones as we have a lot of hits going on here in the finals for a new season. As you notice, that is what happens with the Florida Panthers. They've already been shutting things off. Yeah, as we're adding a new season, there's still a lot of range here that's going to be updated here from every place on this angle. Sometimes the defenders are going to be on a harder maintaining of their own goals. It doesn't get better than this one because you wanted to get on the better defender effort.
Florida number 7, 2 minutes for tripping.
Kolakov after the blocked shot, and he's been tripped up on Corey Perry. Yeah, there is a problem with that. I mean, that was where Kolakov has really ran over to it, and that first penalty is going to start for Florida. Oilers will start their first power play, as this will be the first penalty kill on Florida. Edmonton's really giving a harder possession. The aggressive drive, it needs to be on a better take. There's no better than change if you want to do
penalty number 7, 2 minutes for tripping. Top of the penalty, 19 minutes in the first period of the final. That's penalty on the Florida Panthers, number 7, Dmitry Kolakov, for a 2-minute tripping. Top of the penalty in the first period of the final. 19 minutes for the Edmonton power play.
Arvidsson will look over to Connor Brown, and that shot's blocked by Mikula, and rebound by Brown is back behind the net to Arvidsson. Great defensive effort. I love this energy. You know, the Canadian crowd really have it all. And when I mentioned it before, it doesn't get started afterwards. I mean, that is where the first one lays off. It doesn't really start in for some big reasons, but I gotta say, Florida Panthers, they've really been working it off really hard. Hopefully they'll have to try to keep up it again. If they really wanted to get for the defender, the right way. Here's Mikula right toward it in the zone, and he's right over to dish out of here. And it's back into Edmonton territory. Now McDavid will have his new grip here as Bouchard will swing into Draisaitl. Draisaitl right around every net glad. And a move around shot, he scores! First goal will start in with a power play upward for Leon Draisaitl. This is a cut motion attacker. So for Leon Draisaitl, he makes a weave around right toward the goaltenders, and that was where the first goal takes in. When you give a good look afterwards, you're right into the center, and you have wheels on it to stick it over. Now watch what Bobrovsky happened here. This one was slicked, and this one is tipped in for the goal to have that great start. That's for the Oilers' first goal in the game, as Leon Draisaitl has first in the finals. Crowd energy really loving to see that Connor McDavid has gotten some point leadoffs and some big tips in the game. I mean, I know it's happening, but it's, you know, it doesn't really get better than that. Barkov wins the face-off as they force down their power play goal effort with a 1-1. And it is a set over to Sam Reinhart. He's right throwing it away. A set pass over to Gustav Forsling to get dish over. Rebound by Mattias Ekholm the other way. Edmonton will get a good look at the chamber. He stops that one. Jeff Skinner rebounds it to Draisaitl. Draisaitl pass, broken up by Reinhart. It's back to Courtney Bergegi. Bergegi swings it in. With a shot, glove save by Stuart Skinner. That one rebounds by Sam Reinhart. Big on a take-in rebound. I gotta see this to believe this. That first goal would almost be a tipped in. For some reasons, I gotta say that this one is really a harder thing to do for. Set the Barkov on a shot. Big pile on the stop play by Stuart Skinner. Bergegi shoots one, glove save by Stuart Skinner. 17:02 remaining in the first period. He'll be ready to have another puck drop. A lot of time left in this period. No score for Florida. This is 1-0 over at Fort Edmonton. And the win for Sam Bennett. Here's another one of Kolakov. He now finds Matthew Tkachuk. He will swing it over to Mikola. Mikola has it over to Tkachuk, and he rolls it into Kolakov. Kolakov moves it over to Tkachuk, and he now finds Bennett. Bennett swings to Kolakov on a shot glove save by Stuart Skinner. 16:45 remaining in the first period, as they're still looking for a goal. They can have it even. Sam Bennett wins the face-off. He'll now find Kolakov. Tkachuk shot blocked. Kolakov will have it over to Mikola. Kolakov fires it. Pirates with deflection. That one is off of the defender, and it's rebounded by Nugent Hopkins. Florida Panthers regain their zones, and now they're back into the Edmonton territory.
His first goal and the final first goal of the game. Score on the power play, number 29, Leon Draisaitl. Closest to line number 2, Evan Bouchard. And with number 97, Connor McDavid. Top on the power play goal, 2 minutes and 6 seconds in the first period of the final. That's Leon Draisaitl. His first goal in the final, scoring a power play goal, assisted by Evan Bouchard and Connor McDavid in the first period on the power play minute at 2 minutes 6 seconds in the final.
Luciano will carry it in, and now it's over to Kolakov. He'll swing into Boves. Back into Edmonton territory, he'll be fighting Yelena Lundell. Lundell pass. It goes right back to Forsling. Forsling pass to Boves. Boves no way to go open look. Kolakov finds Forsling, and he'll have it again to Luciano. Luciano to Boves, and this one is nipped out. And rebound by Boves. Here's a shot, glove save by Skinner. 15:35 remaining in the first period. They'll be ready to have another puck drop ready. A lot of it hit. I've seen so much of it. And Darnell Nurse, he really had a lot of better angles in this one. I mean, I never noticed how that Darnell Nurse was going to get into it. But this is no option. What they really have to be doing it for the last few years. For some reasons for Darnell Nurse, he would really try to keep that out. There's just no range to make that one for the plain sight. And for a lot of reasons, I have nothing to say about this. They just have to play it for a harder game for its better position. I don't really have anything to cover it for, but you really have to play it on with a better hit. There's no better than stopping this goaltenders, and some higher cheapened players that are overrated. And now they're set right now to go here for another puck drop. 1-0 is still to score. As McDavid wins the faceoff, he'll now have it at Ekholm. Big kick here. Deflection is off of McDavid. And a rebound by McDavid. Barkov will have it the other way. This one will kick it out. He'll now swing it up to Reinhardt. And he'll swing the pass to Verhage. Verhage stops that one. That one is nicked out. And Aaron Ekblad will have to reset here with an offside. Still a lot of time left in this period. 1-0 is the score for Edmonton as in Florida game 2 as they're looking for a tying game for Barkov's team. Back in the zone will be Barkov. He rushes down right to it after him. Rebound by Henry. That is a little bit unnecessary to start it off, and that one is really like making him hurt. Ultra shot stuff made by Bobrovsky. 14:38 remaining in the first period as they're ready to have another puck drop. A lot of hit on this one. Adam Henrique is really like making that one pressure and sees that one coming. Now the wing has Henrique, and now Sam Bennett will have a chance. And he's right over to Ian Lundell, and he'll have it out. Henrique is back the other way. Schmidt on a rush. Henrique shot. Great block on a short-handed place for Henrique on a team, and it's now stopped by Nate Schmidt. That's really what you need to choose for. You have to get back into defense and know working to be in there. If you don't have the right courtesy, you can't play this until you have the right choice to go for a sprint or get defended. Or just help out the goaltender with some reaching. That's a better communication effort than you really have to do for. Here's Walensky. He's right toward the other way. The opposite side of Sam Bennett. And it couldn't find anybody, and it's now back to Bouchard. Kachuk stops that one. Bouchard gets a rebounded by Schmidt, and it's back to Kachuk. Forcing outside, he will have it again to Kachuk. Looks over to Schmidt. Schmidt knocks him down. Big kick here. Schmidt rolls to Gustav Forsling. Back to Schmidt. Here's a shot. Stop made by Stuart Skinner. 13:30 remaining in the first period as they're ready for another puck drop. A lot of time left in this period, and there's still a 1-0 lead for Edmonton, and it's only approached now to a 13-3. McDavid wins the face-off, and he now finds Kulak again to Hyman. Hyman on the defender. Give the pass to McDavid on the shot. What a diving play by Bobrovsky. Unbelievable stop him on the goaltender as he tries to leave it out. That's what I just noticed before. Sergei Bobrovsky, I mean, he's really like keeping it in. Great targets. Puck is ready to go, and it's now Florida and Edmonton ready for another puck drop. Now another face-off from McDavid, and a rebound by Aaron Ekblad. They'll now have it to Gakovic this time. As he's on ice, he's looking for his first goal in game 2. Forsling has it now over to AJ Greer, and he looks at Aaron Ekblad. Aaron Ekblad finding his rear, and he looks over to Forsling. Forsling, Gakovic scores! That is where the first goal ties it in. His first in the game. That is where it happens with Gakovic when you get this first goal in. That is right toward the middle when you have it up. That bangs it in. That is when you just see things going in. And there is Forsling, you give it over to Gakovic. That first goal was a big knockover, and you have that first goal in. That is where it comes in to tie it up. So Florida and Edmonton are all tied in for 1 as he has his first and goal, and he has his second in the finals. I have a lot of clear range in this one. And there's no better way to try to make that one stop afterwards. Gakovic's really just seen that one going. And that is where that first goal, I love this energy from Gustav Forsling, and he really had that first assist down in. Here's Sam Reinhardt. He now finds it over to Kulikov. He gets it again to Nikolai. Second Reinhardt back the other way to Nikolai. Trying to look for it, never looks to Kulikov as he finds Reinhardt. Nikolai back the other way. Now finds it over to Verhage. Here's Kulikov. Fires in. Blocker save by Stuart Skinner. And he now finding the tie Emerson the other way to McDavid. McDavid on the fast chain. And a leadoff pickoff will not pick here. And it's Bobrovsky. He'll hover it up with only 12-20. And they're set ready for another puck drop. Victor Arvidsson with another hit. I wouldn't believe so that Victor Arvidsson was really like giving it over this. And I believe that now, you would have to play it if you do it the right amount of timing. This angle is pretty much obscured by Victor Arvidsson. He's really like a lot of defender. I have a lot of agree on this one there, Paintbrush. I mean, this gives up an entire blocking, and there's no other way than you have to do for it. Other times, you have to be playing without a team, and you can't play it all alone if you do for it. That glass shot block glitter save made by Skinner. And you will cover this one up of under 12 minutes in the first period. As they now send it over the other way, here's the test tube. He now has his chance for Leon Draisaitl. Thanks, folks. Leon Draisaitl is one of our one-team abilities. He has won so many awards, and he's really like keeping it over to make those fantastic plays in the skill. The coverage is going to be excellent as well. But one thing importantly that we have to keep an eye on is a better one-team motion. This ability is going to make it feel great. And what you need to know for, you just have to play it like you do for Leo. And a lot of great range for Leon Draisaitl, so I'll keep an eye on that. Let's hope he gets his first goal to get his first one in. To get a second goal
7 minutes in the first period of the final. That's Jonah Kekovic, his first goal of the game, second in the final. This is the by Gustav Forsling and AJ Greer in the first period. That's 7 minutes in the final.
Trying to be with the other league teams. Yeah, he's really like unconfident on his own, and I really have to say Leon Draisaitl, he's really all into the hard work and the dedicated pressure. I think he will try to make him go for a clearing. Now be noticing now find Forsling to Kulikov. Here's a shot, rebounded there by Koparovsky. And a big goal to right toward the net. After Skinner's save, here's Lopez. In zone now find Forsling, he'll have it over to Kulikov. Kulikov nowhere to go, as Jeff Skinner will have it again to Draisaitl. Make a big hit as Perry will now have it to Jeff Skinner. Skinner fires, he scores! Mother goal, and this is down for it as the 2-1 lead. Skinner, hey, second. Well, I've never seen on this one here before. That is really where it comes in with that first goal in the chain. That is where the first one dips it in. And now this time for Jeff Skinner, he really has 3 this time in the finals. And he had scored 2 goals in the last game. And now he has another goal again. That's 3 in a row in the finals. So the big play after Leon Draisaitl, he now has 3 in the finals as they broke in a chain during the midway mark. Well, the midway mark is really like turning to be unbelievable, and I know that Jeff Skinner would have almost had that. I thought his motion was turning to be like a little unchaoticable. No chance to go, no can do. Mateus Ekholm back to the outside, and it's now finding to Zach Hyman. Zach Hyman now finding Bouchard, he'll now find Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson now finding McDavid. Kulikov gets it back, and it's now finding Nikola. Yakovich will give it go and look to Nosek, and overlook to AJ Greer. Greer, pass to Nosek, let this off and give it. Pass to midway mark in the first period as McDavid on the rush. Here he comes on the wheels, he shoots and scores! Connor McDavid! That'll be a first goal to start in for the finals. He has 1. And there's a lot of big range on attack. Yeah, you can see what happens to McDavid. He really rushed it. Not to bottle out, that's a big wheels. And that bucket string is really like keeping him for good for Connor McDavid. And you really got to make it that one a harder being. You know, Paul McBrice is not really like appreciating that much. Where's the defender? You have to be playing in defense if you need to get into the right target. There's no chance you have to do for Florida. Otherwise, that is going to be another goal for Connor McDavid. So he has 1 in the finals this time, and it's now a 3-1 lead past the midway mark. Well, he had a little rushing attacking, and I know what happened to Connor McDavid, and he really made that one all. That perfect percentages is not really trying to be easy enough afterwards. This really coming in from big-time emotions and scorings. A better chance.
That was the goal, his first goal in the final. First goal of the game, scored by number 53, Jeff Skinner. Assisted by number 90, Corey Perry. And by number 29, Leon Draisaitl. Time of the goal, 9 minutes 40 seconds in the first period of the final. That's Jeff Skinner, his first goal in the game, 3rd in the final. Assisted by Corey Perry and Leon Draisaitl. In the first period, at 9 minutes 40 seconds in the final.
Here's Malinsky's shots blocked by Mateus Ekholm. Mateus Ekholm now finds it to Victor to Hyman. And it's right over. Here's my unmarked shots blocked, and it's off a defender, and it gives it off a traffic.
Edmonton goal, his first goal in the final. First goal in the game scored by number 97, Connor McDavid. Assisted by number 33, Victor Arvidsson. And by number 14, Matthias Ekholm. Time to go 10 minutes, 5 seconds in the first period of the final. That's Connor McDavid, his first goal in the final, first goal in the game. Assisted by Victor Arvidsson. And Matthias Ekholm in the first period at 10 minutes, 5 seconds in the final.
Bennett, pass over to Rodriguez, and it's now playing again. Rodriguez with the rebound. Ekblad, that playing Rodriguez. Here's a shot right in the net, he scores! That is right in the net, it's back, a good shot, deflects in for the goal. That's really right in there, and that pressure makes sense. When this one is right into the net, he gets a deflection, and it's right off the Jordan Skinner as he passes it. Look at this play one more last time, and as Rodriguez sets it over to a good shot, that's a great goal. When you have that in, it's down for one. Ekblad had another one with the assist, and he's now got the number 2 pointer in the game. He can check with his first goal in the final. 11-32, you really have to play it for real. And I like that better. I mean, you really would have to choose it for, for less. It's just kind of hard plays at this moment. You know what I'm talking? Yeah, I know what you're talking right now. I mean, this one is really like a chance to play effort. He's really like looking all alone. Here's Boves on a shot. It's blocked by Klingberg, and now the rebound for Edmonton. Now Bacol's into the Everson, back to the other way. He'll have it a cap and a shot. Save made. Now he'll stop that one with only under 8 minutes in the first period. Here's another one. I'll have it over to test tube, and this time it's Matthew Tkachuk. Thanks, guys. For the love of Matthew Tkachuk, he now has his deflection goal. He has his first in the finals. He's really making it over with. And when he had to do with that, what a goal. I'll have to hold it up in here. Do you want to take a replay? Yeah, sure. Now look at this, what happened. That is where the big defensive mistake goes in. And they'll back up by 2, and that is a great goal when you have it in. That's not a big change up when you have it started off. That was a miss. And that one was busted right in toward the passing behind the blocker. He got another goal in. That's his first in the finals. I wouldn't say this before the center piece, and I know that Vasily Pekosin threw that at all. Yeah, I expected that. Take for a retake here from Matthew Tkachuk. Thank you again. And as I said, Matthew Tkachuk got his first goal in the finals. He really has making a harder change-off. And when he has this motion, he gets his tricky zone ability. When he chooses to make that not do, he really would have to choose it all. He really made it all impossible range. The big scoring is a big range to keep things in for Matthew Tkachuk's score. And for some reasons, you don't get better than this when you have the right timing and range. This is a lot of hard courses that they have to do for Matthew Tkachuk to get his tricky zone ability. And that's a big play in motion mounting when you have no chance at all. I'll find about that Jeff Skinner and their teammates, and of course, Bobrovsky with a big Houston saves, and Matthew Tkachuk if he has 2 in the game of the finals. Back to you guys. Thank you very much, here. This was like a big take-in after Vasily Bacolsin has his first goal in the final.
His first goal in the final. First goal of the game scored by number 19, Matthew Tkachuk.
Right turning the other way. Gets a loose defender to try to break it up.
Assisted by number 17, Rodriguez.
You really would have to choose it all to make that result for attack range. You wouldn't choose it all, go for it. Again. Sam Weingart regroups on ice.
Time to go, 11 minutes, 43 seconds in the first period of the final. That's Matthew Tkachuk, his first goal in the final, first goal of the game, assisted by Evan Rodriguez and Aaron Ekblad in the first period. And 11 minutes, 43 seconds in the final.
Walensky, his shot's blocked. Rebound by Victor Robertson. He'll now swing to McDavid. Walensky's watching on him. And throwing it down into McDavid. What a save by Sergei Bobrovsky. Knocked him down. Rebound by Walensky's. That one is the dirtiest play. That's a nasty hit for David. He's not really good gaining at all, but that one was a really dirty play. There's no penalty for Edmonton. I don't know what happened. Man, he's really aggressive. I never spotted anybody. I thought Barkov would have had a choice, but looks like the McDavid is really like on a higher range with that.
That's a goal. His first goal in the final. First goal of the game. Scored by number 92, Vasily Podkolzin.
I thought they would have to reverse
Assisted by number 27, Brett Kulak. And by number 19, Adam Henrique. Time of the goal, 12 minutes, 4 seconds in the first period of the final.
Ready to kick off for an hour puck drop. They're up for a 4-2 lead, Edmonton. Now the wing for McDavid. Bumps it right into his zone. And rebound by Lindell. Aaron Ekblad on the outside, out of the Bobas. Here's the shot, blocker save made by Skinner. Rebound by Forsling, and now finds over. Lindell shoots in, level save by Skinner. Forsling looks at Aaron Ekblad, that is stopped, and it's snatched by Skinner. What a great play on the goaltender. Nothing would I expect now for Jeff Skinner. And for Stewart, he really would have to try to make a boost save afterward. That is a really aggressive motion. Lindell wins the faceoff. Here's another shot, saved by Stuart Skinner. And it's back to another nurse. Here's Nugent Hopkins now finding Yamar. Yamar, again Nugent Hopkins, that is blocked up and it's taken away by Lustorainen. Bovis right toward the zone. Fires up and right back to Lustorainen. Forsling's outside, now finds Aaron Ekblad. Tries to get to Forsling. New regroups here. Tries to get to Lustorainen. He wanted to make new changes here. Lustorainen back outside, and now finding Aaron Ekblad of Boves. Here's Lustorainen. Nowhere to go, and it's now Nurse. Nurse all alone. High-man rush. Stopped by Sergei Bobrovsky. Under 5 minutes remaining in the first period of the finals. Here's Lindell. Lindell fires it over blocking on the chance. This one's another one to Mikola. Kolokov fires it, that's blocked and rebounded by Rodriguez. Kolokov again to Mikola. Mikola shoots off a defensive effort, now finding Lindell. Here's another one chance to Matthew Tkachuk. Great defense effort by Leon Draisaitl. Another big smackdown here for the Florida Panthers. And Stuart Skinner. There'll be a delayed penalty, and he will not get it in time. That'll be enforcing turnover, and he'll stop that play. He scores! Jeff Skinner! Are you kidding me? He really did not think that was going to happen. Well, the fans don't regret it, and after this penalty, that's what happened with Jeff Skinner. Referees did not spot it on that coming, and that really messed it up. That really turned it over, and there was no progress plays. What on earth just happened? There's no better than that. You can't just play it like you do the defender. That one is going to make him turn over and blind somebody else. Leon Draisaitl with the assist. He now has 4 and 2 goals in the game with only 4:20. Man, I don't know how that would happen. I mean, that full breast breakout. Jeff Skinner was really having a hard time. He had enough of this one. Tkachuk fires it, stop on the block, and Everson with the rebound by Skinner. That one gets back to Rodriguez. Makes back it over to Malinskis. No get on a penalty for the Edmonton. On a shot, big stopper made by Sergei Bobrovsky. And Rodriguez again, Malinskis. Never get here for Edmonton.
That's a goal, his second of the game, 4th in the finals. Scored by number 53, Jeff Skinner. Assisted by number 90, Corey Perry. And by number 29, Leon Draisaitl. Time of the goal, 15 minutes, 40 seconds in the first period of the final.
A lot of big effort here for Matthew Tkachuk as he has 6 hits in the game. Nothing what I would have mentioned before. Sergei Bobrovsky was really trying to get up to the harder times. And nobody would really do that. I wouldn't think that this wouldn't be the right choice. Big hit down. Here's Barkov right to a wing blocker save made by Stuart Skinner. Ivan right toward out. And this won't break the chain. Here's Arvidsson. Shoots, blocker save by Sergei Bobrovsky. And a shot beats up at Bobrovsky. Denied that effort as Bobrovsky holds it in with only 3:24 remaining. These was really dangerous afterwards. Sergei Bobrovsky was already defended. He wouldn't be starting up like that at all. And that one would have been another smackdown here for the Hunting to win the final. Now we're waiting for McDavid. Here's a chance. Blocked by Barkov. Reinhardt's got that rebound. Barkov back in the offense zone. And he will have it misaligned. And this one goes back the other way. Down to the other side of it. Skakovic will have the rebound. Smack down here. Aaron Ekblad rebounds into Forsling. Forsling. They're right to Reinhardt. Set to Gakovic. Shoots glove save by Skinner. Bouchard back to Ekholm. And he'll have it to Victor Arvidsson. He's back in the offense zone. Aaron Ekblad with a good poke check. That clears out of the zone, and now it's back the Everton way. Leon Draisaitl with the rebound, finding to Mattias Ekholm. AJ Greer will have his own chance. Back in tip play, no icing. Mattias Ekholm knows that shoots, misses wide. That one connected, and in time as Gakovic tried to handle it in. Rebound by Jeff Skinner, trying to go for three. Knocked it right through in the zone. Sticks out of the play, and it's back into the Everton territory. Mattias Ekholm now finds it against Jeff Skinner. And Gakovic with a rebound. The other way it goes to Edmonton. 2:10 remaining in the first period. Here's a set over. Shot. Rebound today by Sergei Bobrovsky. A big denying effort by Leon Draisaitl. Skinner. Shots blocked by Luskarainen. And it's rebound by Luskarainen. He'll have it over to Nurse. Nurse sets to Draisaitl. That one is another big save play. Luskarainen has it over to Bovex. Here's a fast break. Bovex shoots it. Blockers made a delayed effort by Stuart Skinner. Back behind the net. Rebound by Darnell Nurse. Now 90 seconds remaining in the first period. And here's a set to Mikola. That gets back to Matthew Tkachuk the other way, and he'll now have it back to Mikola. That's back to Sam Bennett. Bennett now has it ceased over to Rodriguez. He better knock down on that one. Oh, Darnell Nurse, he would have had this one played. He had made a ruckus. How did he just get there? Good stick clip by Rodriguez as he puts down to a final minute in the first period. Here's Matthew Tkachuk.
Last minute to play in the first period.
There's another smackdown here. No penalty on Edmonton. Well, I don't know what they're thinking right now. The Rockies are complaining like they're nothing, but they changed it in. Looks like the Kolokov will have to try to regroup. Here's Kolokov, sets it over to Sam Reinhart. And he'll set back to Barkov. Barkov, right towards up. Big shot! Adding it right on the front by Stuart Skinner. Victor Arvidsson the other way. And a set over to Victor Arvidsson to McDavid. On a shot block. Rebound by Ann. Saved by Sergei. Bobrovsky with another rebound. Anderson now has it again to McDavid. Arvidsson, right down it. Right towards him. Big poke check here. Barkov will swing on one out. It's back to Matthew Tkachuk. And he'll have it to shoots it. Blocker save made by Stuart Skinner. Here's Reiner. Shoots, miss wide. Walensky finds again to Kolokov. Kolokov shoots it. Stopped by Skinner. Just 0.1 second in his first period, and that will end the first period of the second game of finals. And that will end the first period. It is a 5-2 game.
And that's the end of the first period. Your score, Edmonton Oilers 5, and the Florida Panthers 2 in
We'll
game
take a
2.
quick break and we'll get back on ice here in South Florida right after these messages. You're watching the NHL Finals on the NHL 25 on EA Sports. Be back after this. Hey everybody, welcome to the first intermission of the second game of the Stanley Cup Final. It is the closest contest matchup, but we spotted on that the Edmonton Oilers have really cruises in the first period. We've not seen anybody that does like that, so, but we do have one that will change it all. I will send it over to this time to check on statistics scores. After the first period, 30 over 26 for the total shots on goal, with 44 over 21 hits for Edmonton, or 29 over 119 for the Florida on the attack. And it was 91 over 82, the percent for passing effectiveness for Edmonton. But it was 14 face-off wins, it was an even game. 2-minute penalty kill was on Florida, and it was only one power play goal of 105. Let's take a look at this straight as they have your thoughts on for Edmonton Oilers, Terry? Well, I may have to change it in here. Edmonton has been like knocking things in. This one was a clear start, and they didn't really get a good opportunity to get that one with a clear effort. That is where that first goal really made this one impossible for Jeff Skinner, and they had 2 goals in this game. If he gets his third, that might be consider a hat trick to get over this. I have no reason how that one will be unlucky, but that really made that one a little mess. They didn't really seem to care for. Afterward, it gives out and bunkers out. And now how about you for Florida, right? Well, it looks like Florida's going to have to get back into the defensive zone. They lose a lot of effort on the play-ins, but they don't really want to keep that one out of the way, so they've got to find another winning zones. They have no competition in to be there. They just got to make sure they're all in effort. And let's see what happens here with the first period to the second period, and who do you think will win?
My thought is going to be Edmonton. That's going to be like very closest on a 5-4 range, and I bet that this could have been like a harder change-up. I don't think Edmonton may have the choice in to make the range. How about you, Terry?
I'm going to say Florida is going to be getting a close game to even up. So they have to get 3 more goals in to try to get another goal in the finals.
All right, thank you very much. Now let's get back to center ice, back in South Florida. Brett, all yours. See you later for the second intermission.
And we're about to be ready for another puck drop as we're back in South Florida and MRN Bank Arena. As you're prepared right now for the second period of the second game, we're all field, lined and set. Back with us here for today for our Stanley Cup final. Alright folks, this one is a little start and a chaos moment here for the Edmonton Oilers. Let's send it on over to one of the bigger rooms between Son of Beast and Paintbrush, guys.
Well, sometimes there's a big effort that they're really starting it up for the first period. They really want to start making that one an unfair choice. What they didn't seem to do for Impossible now is that they were really on the rush. And for the Edmonton Oilers, they really made that a great goal to take it in.
I've got a great feeling with this one here that Sergei Bobrovsky got a great one, but the bad news is for Florida Panthers, they're not playing it strong enough. They have to work on their communication abilities. Plus the defense on this effort, they cannot be tripped up here by the stick for the hooking. They just need to keep on checking it up and stick lift it. I mean, it's not really kind of easy enough. I mean, the defenders are really kind of okay, but the defenders, I think it's a little trick on them to try to get away from that. Here's Barkov's shot, big blocker save made by Stuart Skinner. Barkov right around the net again to Reinhardt. Now it's rebound by Florida Panthers. And back in the zone is Kulikov. He'll see it over to Raggy. Here's Raggy, set it over to Reinhardt. He'll have it again, a pass again to Barkov. Barkov fires it, and he scores! That one is right toward the lane. He has another goal in the finals. That is another look. Where this range for Barkov? He has 2 goals in the finals. He really took it all when he had. That makes sense before when you see Barkov. That play on drive wasn't really just going to make that in. That was a takeoff from the ricochet into the net. And then after Reinhardt, this is the pass to Barkov. You really have to get over in that row. That's a great range when you have the good look on the attack. And that is right in the net. Great choice. So they're now back down by 2 this time, and it's now Florida with a 5-3 lead for Edmonton to cut down by 2. Just really look at it, and you just need to play this on your own, and you have no idea how this will happen. Some really folks who really are going to say this, that you not really are going to let it go alone, but you got to let it go out. You just really got to make sure you are constantly on the drive, and you got to make sure you're all ready. This attack range is motionless. I love Barkov. He's really playing it off. The higher gets. Here, Mikola now firing to Sam Bennett, and a new regroup change to Rodriguez. Makes him slip down as Zach Hyman with the rebound. Back the other way for the Edmonton Oilers. Here's the center of Robinson. Fires that one a shot. It's off the Kulikov. And rebound is shot.
Second goal to the final. First goal of the game. Scored by number 16. The captain. Alexander Barkov.
Pulled over from the wall. Rebound by Zach Hyman. Try to watch the poke check here on the tripping hazard. And that one is ripped up in the range. That one is poked up on the goaltender. And it's back the other way. Here's Lindell. Passes it back over again, Anderson.
And by number 23, Carter.
Anderson hasn't fired any goals yet in the finals, but he's still looking for one. That shot's blocked by LeBron.
Time to go, 1 minute 5 seconds in the second period of final. That's Alexander Barkov, his first goal in the game, second in the final, assisted by Sam Reiner and Carter Verhaeghe in the second period. That's 1 minute 5 seconds in the final.
A set, mid-on range shot. That one is off in the pad, and it's rebounded by Leon Draisaitl. Behind the net, and Bobrovsky will hover things in with only 17:21 remaining in the second period. There was no such thing as Zach Hyman. He really had shown it up. I think he's a better alternative than the captain. Maybe a great skill, but I don't know if he would able to have to do for some better tip and key motions. You know, I just don't really think that this would be a harder choice. But Alexander Barkov, he's really like on a menace. He really wants to know how he can handle this. I mean, take a look at this. Barkov, when you just really need to do for, you just got to keep running and racing bound. You just need to make sure you have a great on target. Aaron play it back again to Barkov. Force lane. Pass for Verhaeghe, a shot, a chance is still kicked over by Draisaitl. Here's Draisaitl, right toward the wall, and rebounded by Forsling as it's now Florida Cats back the other way. That's great use of it. The body checking is really great. That's where you need to do some contact afterward. That makes it a good chance. Good play effort for the Florida Panthers. Jeff Skinner finding Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl on his way down. With a chance shot, gloves and saved up by Bobrovsky. He'll cover things up with only 16:24 remaining in the second period. Still a lot of time left in the period. Jeff Skinner had 5 in his hits. And there's another chance here on a face-off puck drop between Nozick and Nugent Hopkins. And Nozick wins the face-off. There's Kulikov, who will have it again at Nozick. Nozick swing back to Kulikov. Florida back in their own zone. It's now A.J. Greer. A.J. Greer right toward the wing, trying to give a good look. Pass to Mikula playing to Kulikov. He gets it back this time. It's back to A.J. Greer. The other way, finding the Kulikov and gives to Mikula. Chancing it on the middle for Gakovic. That one gives it over, and now Brown will have a piece. Rushing toward the spring. And I give it out. On a shot, big save by Bobrovsky. Lots of humorous attack in the Florida territory, and they're ready to throw another puck drop. Just didn't really think that Connor Brown was really like kicking it off the dust afterward. I mean, there's a lot of big hits here. No competition would do that. Now it's another win for Sam Bennett, and as Florida regains their lead, he'll have it again to Kulikov. Pulls it over right toward the wall, and Bennett into the wing. He'll have that one with the big motion stop. And right toward the middle to get shot. That one is back to Pokolzin, and rebound by Mateus Ekholm. Good stick clip by Nate Schmidt. He'll have it to Walensky. Walensky finding a good shot. He'll spin it over down toward it in the zone. Here's a range shot. Save by Skinner. Skinner will hover things in for another puck drop. Nearing a 15-minute mark in a second. A lot of upcoming plays afterwards. And after this one is over, a new reaction, it will be on its way to make things with a new change as we have our one of our biggest from Fusion Animations. It's Object Invasions. It's one of the big use of it and a big chain off to have its own reaction. What's the future and what is on your mind? Reaction starts at September 12th, only on Son of Base. And don't miss out the new screen trap that's going to be up here really soon to keep things in. Don't miss out. SOB skip of the screen trap only on Son of Base. And Schmidt will have it over. They kick back over to Walensky. Walensky finding Bobes. And here's Bobes with only approaching to 14:30 mark. Bobes right around again on this terrain, and it's back to Nurse. Here's Arvidsson. Arvidsson races across right toward in the Florida zone. A big shot, up save by Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky's time's about to be held on as he'll have another puck in glove save with another one coming in. Now here's a chance over. I will send it over to test tube about Sergei Bobrovsky. What did you take here? Well, Sergei Bobrovsky's really like on a dialed-in zone. His superstar factor player may have just been the right choice. I mean, the one thing I have to talk about it is now, the timing is paying everything. What I know about Sergei Bobrovsky, he's really like one of his best, wildest in the regular season game, but most likely in postseasons. What I mentioned before about how that Sergei is making a lot of huge amount of plays, effort, it doesn't get maintained it well. Most likely, I really have to say is Sergei had a lot of absolute crush out to make things for the chain. And he scores! Sam Reinhart! That is another goal for the Panthers here, down by 1. Easy play afterwards. Sam Reinhart, with backhander on the goal. Now this backhander, you know how you were going to get off. But that is a great goal when you have this blocked off, and that one is right in the net. What a big spin move this is for Sam Reinhart. And that is right above the pass by Klingberg, and then it was up to Skinner on the pad. That's a great goal for the Florida Panthers. So you see Bowman Rice out there? That's what you want to do. That's where his reaction may come in. And that's great plays from Sam Reinhart. That's what he's telling the team. Get back in. Florida back in, down by 1. Here's a 5-4 lead as Sam Reinhart has 2 in the finals. Won't be changing anything, but that is a great chance. I love this energy. No other world can do that. I really have to say Sam Reinhart has been making it up look perfect. Roddick gets to the puck in zone. He'll have it again to Kachuk. Kachuk looking to tie the game. He'll have it again to Forsling. Forsling, pass to Rodriguez. Kachuk shoots it and is not able to make it in here by the goaltender. Sam Reinhart tries to have his third in the game for the finals, and Sam Bennett wants to take his own. Nicholas shot backhander, his glove catch by Skinner, and he'll hold things with the rest. Here with only 13:21 remaining in the second. A lot of time left in this period. 5-4 to score. Florida Panthers in game 2. They really have to improve that. I mean, literally. They would have to just make it clean, make it better, and they just got to keep working on it. That's what they do. And here's the first penalty that's going to start Edmonton with Jeff Skinner on the slashing. Well, that's slashing. That's really a bad idea when you start this. That's a stick left and he's in a penalty box. It's time now for your Florida Panthers power play. Edmonton with the first penalty kill. They'll start the power play for the Florida Panthers. Power play is as easy as simple. You just have to keep moving around, and then when you do that, you want to make sure you're on the right target.
2 minutes for slashing. Simon penalty, second period of the final, 13 minutes, 19 seconds. That's Edmonton penalty number 53. Jeff Skinner for a 2-minute slashing. Simon penalty in the second period of the final, 13 minutes, 19 seconds.
Lustorainen has it over to pass to Lundell. Lundell pass to Lustorainen. Pass to Schmidt. Here's a shot. Glove save by Skinner. 12:48 remaining in the second period as a break for another puck drop. Now back over to you to test tube again for Sergei Bobrovsky. I've got a couple more out there, Craig. I will say this: Sergei Bobrovsky's really like the best players that he's ever been doing it for. A lot of big comeback ranges. It's turned out to be very nice.
Second goal in the final, first goal of the game. Scored by number 13. Sam Reinhart.
It's not really easy when you just keep on games moving.
Assisted by number 42, Gustav Forsling. Time to go 6 minutes, 10 seconds in the second period of the final. That's Sam Reinhart, his second in the final, first goal of the game. Assisted by Gustav Forsling in the second period at 6 minutes, 10 seconds in the final.
And Barkov wins the faceoff. He'll have it to Aaron Ekblad as he gets against the Kachuk. Trying to go for a tip in range, and Reinhart's back out to Aaron Ekblad. Baron is set to Verhage, back to Reinhart. A set in range, Kachuk. He goes right over to Verhage. Nurse takes it over. Wipes him down. Here's Verhage, shot save by Skinner. Under 12 minutes remaining in a second period. 5-4 to score, Edmonton. One more
showing contacts afterward from Matthew Tkachuk. He really wanted to try to like ease off, stop this zone. Don't make anything that's out of your mind. And it's the wing. Rodriguez off the face mask. Rebound by Lundell. And it's now Schmidt. Schmidt shoots. What a save. He scores! Unbelievable by Mr. Raiden. He gets his power play goal. Now he's first. Nothing to say about it. I would have said anything about this. And now you know they got to tie that one up, and they definitely did. That's why you didn't see that one. I thought that was going to be off of Stuart Skinner. You didn't really think that wasn't going to be happening at all. That one really messed it up. And here's Mikula rushing right toward in the zone. Chance of play in the motion, big bounding. Big stop made by Stuart Skinner. Rodriguez finding Kulikov, and he now finds Mikula. Mikula looks over to Kulikov. He'll have it again to Mikula. He finds Sam Bennett. Bennett looks to Kulikov.
His first goal in the finals, first goal of the game, score on the power play. Number 27, 8-2, Lustranen.
That is really going to make him worse. I don't think that's not really the right choice to do for him.
That's 9 seconds and a power play goal. That's 8-2, Lustranen. His first goal of the finals, score on the power play, unassisted by a team. And a power play minute in the second period. And 8 minutes and 9 seconds in the final.
Slashing now stops the play with only 10:54. Yeah, I've got the feeling for Connor McDavid. He is really rushing afterward, and then that is a slap that slaps him up. That is a penalty. It's time now for your Florida Panthers power play. McDavid in the penalty box as they're ready to prepare for the power play for the leadoff. Power play leadoff is a great way to have that one with a score, so there might be just a good chance. I mean, we would love to see how that one would change out. But you got to be
Edmonton penalty number 97, 2 minutes for slashing. Time and penalty in the second period of the final, 11 minutes, 20 seconds. That's Edmonton penalty. Number 97, Connor McDavid, for 2 minutes slashing. Time and penalty in the second period of the finals, 11 minutes, 20 seconds.
Right over to it in the opposite, on the opposite hand of the corner. Tkachuk splits the zone. Here's Aaron Ekblad. Fires it off the blocker. Reinhardt shoots one. Big save. Trying to get a rebound by Alexander Barkov, and it's back to Darnell Nurse. You see the easy range is? That is right to where the goaltender was really right out of it. You didn't think that would be easy enough? No. That really might have stayed out of it. A possible choice. Reinhardt right toward it. Trying to go back the other way to Aaron Ekblad. And he loses that one with his puck control. Back to Yamar. Watching Nugent Hopkins. Poke it up. And he'll have to cover that one up for Bobrovsky. And he has it to Aaron Ekblad. Past the midway mark in the second period. He'll have it again to Liddell. New line group change here for the Panthers. Aaron Ekblad keeps the puck alive. And Rodriguez outside. He shoots one. He doink the pipe. That stays up. Bennett shoots. Blocker save. Aaron Ekblad shot. Rebounded in. Another stop by Stuart Skinner. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Stuart Skinner was really making a wildest save? That's just incredible. Puck leaves his own, and this was Serenen. They'll have it to Aaron Ekblad. Aaron Ekblad right to her in the wing. Fired up and around at the Sam Bennett. Bennett. Here's Rodriguez. Shoots one. Trying to go for him in deflection. And it's back to Rodriguez. Bennett. Shoot. Pass save. Rebounded up by Mateus Ekholm. McDavid Simons almost up. Haygoes the pipe again. Wendell shot is blocked. And that'll end the power play for the Panthers. They're 0 for 2. 1 and 2 in this range, and they are already come up empty-handed. Man, I don't know how Jeff Skinner made it, but that was happened with Stuart Skinner. He made his boost saving. Wow. I don't think that would ever change until this happened. It might have been just how that was going to make that one a perfect look. And I think the pipe was right over to the line. That makes him an unclear zone. Bennett avoiding the tackling zone. Lustranen covers it right behind for the defender. I'll give it go to Sam Bennett on a shot. Blocker, another save made by Stuart Skinner. And here's a set to Lundell. Nicholas shoots one, another save by Skinner. 8:08 remaining in the second period as they're ready to prepare for another puck drop.
up in the period. Connor Brown with 8 hits. It is all tied up. Barkov wins another faceoff. Golikov for deflection on Barkov. That was rebounded by Verhage. And back to Klingberg to Skinner. Edmonton's back in the offense. Here's Barry. Barry looking through it in the middle. On a shot. Never saved by Bobrovsky. Another chance to Nikolai. He gives to Verhage and he's off to Barkov. Barkov. Roll back to Golikov. You'll find Nikolai in the wing. 6 to Verhage. Shoots one. What a save by Stuart Skinner. Here's Golikov. One time for Reno, he trucks it! What a save by Skinner! Made that with an easy possible range for Stewart, and he stops another save. What do you think of this one, how that happened here? Well, I said Stuart Skinner, let's have your takes in. Test tube. I do. I mean, Stuart Skinner, he's really like showing it up. No mercy in the line, we have to be like clear to precise on this one. And I don't think that you would have the choice feeling. This optimal range is really making it look harder for Bobrovsky and Skinner. These are really like a harder team to get over this. And I would bet on that. It would be harder to try to train it, teach it, and show what they've done. We'll have to weigh in on that if Stuart Skinner makes a huge save to make his own play. Back to you. Thank you, Testube, and it looks like that Stuart Skinner, he had a lot of powerful aggression. I think those two goaltenders have had a great night here to have his epic comeback win to make a rally. What a shot save! And he just did not think he was able to get it off in time. Well, that was blocked, and I was feeling like that was going to be a wildest save for Sergei Bobrovsky. He wasn't really thinking that was going to happen. Here's Barkov, right for a wing save by Skinner. Reinhardt with a rebound again to Walensky. Walensky looks to Schmidt. Schmidt to Barkov. Goes back to Schmidt. Here's Walensky, so he'll have a new change. Ready, Barkov, backhander. Knee pad save by Skinner. And it's rebound by Yelmark. Pulls it with a hit. Rebound by Yelmark. Yelmark sets it. Nugent Hopkins right over to Brown. Brown with a chance. That one is right toward the wall. And rebound by the Edmonton Oilers. Big hit here. It'll be a cross-checking. That's going to be A.J. Greer in the penalty box.
Look,
you can't do that. A.J. Greer's been like already messing up. That's defensive, and that is dirty. A.J. Greer is right in the penalty box, and a good sign from the referee. He knew that it was a cross-checking. So another penalty kill will be on the Panthers, as now the Oilers will get another power play. Power play need to be set in for the Oilers. If they don't get it in time and a shorthanded goal, we'll try to see if it can determine it or not.
Florida penalty number 10, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Dominant penalty in the second period of the final, 6 minutes and 20 seconds. That's penalty on the Florida Panthers. On number 10, A.J. Greer for 2 minute cross-checking. Dominant penalty in the second period of the final, 6 minutes and 20 seconds for the Edmonton power play.
And you'll dish it out of here. Edmonton's back in offense, and now it's McDavid. McDavid right in the wing. Switches it about, or oh, he just hit the pipe. That one is straight out. What a big save and a ruckus by the fans. Oh boy, that was too close. Man, I never knew how that one would change. That was a big, almost went in. Nothing to stay in the deal. He almost lost that one. And it's right behind the net. Good chance here for Aaron Ekblad. He would have had a short-handed goal, but this one was a big off pipe. That was off the crossbar. Aaron Ekblad shot blocked by Ekblad. And now Kachuk will try to do something for a tricky zone. Chance for the short-handed goal. Matthew Kachuk will keep that out. Big easy save by Stuart Skinner. And it's Brown. Here's Brown watching toward plays. And Reed shoots it. Another save by the goaltender. Bobrovsky's going to be under siege, and his wall will resume the play after the puck drop of under 5 minutes. Now the win here for Florida as Walensky's will have a dish around the zone, and he'll have it out of here. Good stuff here for Matthew Kachuk to keep the power play going to end it here to make the full strength.
Yeah, you still got to keep on doing that. Matt Pikachuk is really like giving it all that he had. And that's what he did. He just had to make sure you have to time it right. And there you go. That's what you need to do for to kill the power play. Now Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and now it will be AJ Queer. He's almost out of the box. And that one will clear out, and that one's out of the zone. Power play's over for Edmonton Oilers. They're 1 for 3, and they just couldn't get enough power plays in this goal to keep it from going. That one was really unlucky on that one. Great here for the fans. That one was a bit closest save. Did you see that, Paintbrush? Yeah, I did. I really did see that. That one was really close. And I didn't know that was off the crossbar. Oh, but that's Sergei Bobrovsky might be hugging a post for you. Big stop by Stuart Skinner with only 3:55 remaining in the second period. Players are set, ready for another rehydration. Adam Benarique with a number hit. He has 5. As Barkov wins the faceoff, here's Kolokov right towards zone. That one stays out. Reggie with the rebound again to Echo. He finds Jeff Skinner. Corey Perry knocked it over. Rebound by Kolokov, and he now has it to Reinhard. He'll try to watch it from here. This time, over to Vernicola. Big shot on the save made by Stuart Skinner. Kolokov now finds Verhage. And they'll try to go for deflection for Barkov. That one is sticked out, and it's rebound by Skinner. Jeff Skinner races in right toward in the back into Florida territory. That blocked up by Kolokov. And off to Barkov. Races in. Trying to go for another shot. Backhander. Another save by Skinner. Pass again to Corey Perry. Edmonton looking for a goal to take the lead. And here's a Chich. His shot. Blocker save by Sergei Bobrovsky. And it stays alive for any Florida territory. Jeff Skinner. Perry shoots. He scores! That is a great goal for Corey Perry. And he had his first goal in the final. You don't say now that is where Corey Perry would really believe. Now, I know you would never do that. But that really makes Corey Perry a great dish and goal. That really made that one look great stoppable to make the chain afterwards. And there's no turning back. That is right toward in the range, and this is where the reflection goes in, off of the blocker and in the net. That's a great goal for Corey Perry. They got themselves up in the lead, and it's Leon Draisaitl with the assist, and it's a 6-5 game. Man, I never really paid attention to this. Corey Perry was like already on suitable range, and you would have just felt like we want to tie this. I don't think we would have a choice. Forcing County to Ekblad. And you'll have it to Lovex. Lovex. Back to Lindell. No offside for Florida. Back to forcing to Luskarainen. Aaron Ekblad. He shoots with a blocker save by Skinner. Aaron Ekblad tries to dish it off. He broke in a stick, and he'll have to replace a new one. That really is going to make a cheap stick afterward, and it won't do it. After all, nothing will be done. Here's a shot. Here's an Alkin shot. It's been saved up by Sergei Bobrovsky, and a rebound by Hyman. Here's Hyman. Moving around in the zone. Another great goaltender stop.
Edmonton goal, his first goal in the finals. First goal of the game, scored by number 90, Corey Perry.
As this will be Tommy
This is by number 53, Jeff Skinner. And by number 29, Leon Draisaitl. 7 goals, 17 minutes, 7 seconds in the second period of final. It's Corey Perry, his first goal in the final. First goal of the game. This is by Jeff Skinner and Leon Draisaitl. In the second period, at 17 minutes, 7 seconds in the final.
Looks off to Nate Schmidt, and he's up. Walensky shoots. Clear. Shoots one, glove save by Skinner. 1:31 remaining in the second period, and they'll be ready for another puck drop in the Edmonton territory. There was Belichick and Barkov that really makes the hit. It's great attacking range. When this defensive effort happens, that's where it comes in. McDavid wins the faceoff, and it's Bouchard again to Ekholm. Ekholm looks over to Arvidsson. McDavid waiting impatiently, trying to walk it out. And that one gives it over. Big save by Sergei Bobrovsky. Kicks it over now to Walensky's. And he'll have it to Tkachuk. Tkachuk on a race. He'll have it again. Bennett. Should save by Skinner. Skinner holds things in with only 1:08 remaining in the second period.
Nearing down the final minute in the second period. 6-5 is the leadoff score. McDavid wins another one. Down to the final minute of the second period as Bouchard enters the Florida attack zone.
Last minute of play in the second period.
And that blocks up and off the wall and rebounded by Bennett. Bennett loses one here. He'll have it this time to Kulikov. And it's Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Bennett. Bennett has it again to Kulikov. Here's Rodriguez's shot. That is blocked by McDavid. Hyman again. On his way down to Ekholm. Big Pat save. What a beauty stop by Sergei Bobrovsky. Oh, he really would have had a nice big effort. That's a great range. Stop by Skinner. The other way it goes. About 30 seconds in the second period. Still lots of plenty of effort left. But as the second period comes down, we'll have the second intermission. It'll be Terry and Roy back with us again in the studio. And I'll be next after this. Big stop in. Rebound by Kapanen. Back to Mikula. 15 seconds remaining. Here's the dish to Barkov. Now when it's raced out. And here's Henry. Again the puck goes in. 5 seconds remaining. Right to the middle. Stop made. Barkov fires and that's blocked and it ends the second period.
And that's the end of the second period. Your score, Edmonton Oilers 6 and the Florida Panthers 5.
Third period is underway when we return back to Amaranth Bank Arena after the message. Hey folks, welcome to the second intermission of the Stanley Cup Final. We are making our way down to the end of the second game, but let's have a look and see what we've got. After the second period is over, 65-41 total shots on goal for Florida. And it was 76-49 for the Edmonton Oilers on the big hit. 924-239 for the time on attack. That must be Florida Panthers that they really regained their control. 91-82 for Edmonton. That one was a big crucial on the play. 29-25 for Florida. Face-off wins over the Edmonton Oilers. And both teams have 4-minute penalty kills. Both have 1 power play goals, one for 305 and the other 327. Now let's have a look and see what gets in as I start off with Terry Crews about the Florida Panthers. They really got a close game afterwards. After the first period was a big mistake. What is your take in? How do you think this happened?
Well, I was always agreeable on this one, Roy, and I really noticing that Florida Panthers, they've been really stuck down for some reasons. I won't just have to keep that in plain mind that this would really make a suffocating effortless. But there's no changing back afterward if you really have the right choice to be there. But when you do this, you just gotta make that one all tamed out, make it better, and also just get off to a great start. It doesn't really make anyone feel like it's comfortable range. I mean, you just have to make sure you're already in there for the lifetime. That might be one thing. But for Florida, have to keep working it. And now how about you, Roy? About Edmonton?
Well, Edmonton is really giving it over, and he's really snatched up. I don't know sure how that will change it in there, but it seemed like that this could take a long time to get things in. It may not be an easy look, but hey, I won't judge if this would really make that one up to a big attack like they do it for real. That might be really what they're getting, so this could be anybody's game.
And now let's have the takes in for the third period statistics of the thing for the guessing game. What do you think is going to do, and who do you think will win in the second game?
Well, Florida's going to win this one. I'm going to have to say that Florida might win 2 in a row in the home game. Probably overtime might be the next day. And how about you, Terry? What's your take?
I think the tie series is going to happen. Looks like Edmonton really haven't won themselves in the away game, but they showed up now for the postseason advantage, and they've really been stocked out. They haven't won anything in the games. They lost 2 games in a row, 1 in away and 1 at home, but there need to be another way to get in. So I think the Edmonton Oilers are going to be my choice to keep things in. So that is my take.
All right, let's get back into the center ice, back to South Florida. Craig, it's all yours. See you all later for the postgame show.
The moment is on.
as you're ready to prepare for the third period in MRN Bank Arena. It's one of the wildest games here in the Stanley Cup Final, and we have approached the third period. About to begin, it is where all players are set and ready to go. All it takes comes in for now, as the second period is already done. What's your report? Well, the reporter's mind is for the duty, and I have said that Alexander Barkov is really making a lot of hit here. But Corey Perry may have found an open look, and the great range is, he really took that one with a great look. There's no offensive of slowing down, but that really have to play it off the right moment. That would have just made it a little easy cleanup to give that one a good look. He really had shown it all, but it's not easy enough when you do things for real. That could be just how problematic it might get there.
Well, I just really seen so much of it. Saving plays by Stuart Skinner. He's really getting up to a lot of energy. I don't think he would be able to, leave that side from the track. But let's say this. If there's one, there has to be none.
And a battling win for Sam Bennett continues for Florida Panthers, as they'll have it over to Ford's lane. He now finds Tkachuk. Tkachuk spins the move. Right turn to wing, shoots one, never saved by Stuart Skinner. Bennett, off to a neck cloud, he is blocked up by McDavid again. What a big stiff tipper this is for McDavid, and he really would race it all. Oh, he's going to get over this time. What a stop by Bobrovsky. Oh, he would almost made it clearly in. That McDavid would have had a nice pass from Victor Arvidsson, and he would just have that one with the great standing. He would get the shoes on that, to be real. Now to Ray Verner, a puck drop. It's a 6-5 game in his scoring range in Amaranth Bank Arena. And Bobrovsky will dish back to Mikkola and right around the net. Florida regaining the grip. Tkachuk launches out of him. And Ekholm trying to watch in. Make them hit! That's a big smackdown by Tkachuk. Right toward the wall. And it's rebounded by Kolkov on a detour path. Matthew Tkachuk has a little more room to get there. Set back to Mikkola. Mikkola finding Tkachuk. Tkachuk. Slide motion, glove save by Skinner. 18:21 remaining in the third period. And they'll be able to have another puck drop coming up.
It seems like that Matthew Tkachuk is really making this a huge offensive look. I mean, take a look at this. You made that rope up? That goes on you. And I felt like, Ekholm, I'm not letting you slow things down afterward. I thought that he has a lot of the comment in mind. He will make a little meaner aggressive on that. Don't make him feel like you're mistaken out of here. If you do, then I don't know what the referees are going to say. I don't know either. I felt like that this would have been like, nah, I don't think that would happen. Right toward the center ice. Watch out, Tetsu. He's coming right after you. Yeah, I'm really sad about this one here. That one's almost close, but thanks for the heads up. And speaking of this one, a penalty is going to be on Jeff Skinner. This will be a 2-minute slashing. He's back in the penalty box.
Edmonton number 53, 2 minutes for slashing.
What are you doing? That must have been a little slack out, and that didn't really think that was going to able to make that a time. That
it's time now for your Florida Panthers power play.
So it's now another power play coming on for Florida as they're looking for a tie game in part of a game series with only 17:48. They just got to make sure they are able to set it in. This power play needs to be set it in.
Edmonton penalty number 53, 2 minutes for slashing. Top of the penalty in the third period of finals. 17 minutes, 54 seconds. That's Edmonton penalty number 53. Jeff Skinner for a 2-minute slashing. Time in the penalty in the third period of the finals. 17 minutes, 54 seconds.
A lot of time left in the period. It is a 6-5 game. They need its answer back. Well, now wins the faceoff as Schmidt has it to Rodriguez. Here's the shot. Chance it, man. They scores! It's 1-0. A power play goal for the Panthers. After all this happened, I don't think that this would change anything. That is another great goal for Ian Lundell. He now got it tied, and it looks like he's coming for you. Just like that. And it's back to Bouchard, and it's now rolls it in to Corey Perry. Right toward the hit. Back to Mikola. Back over to Bennett. He's able to have his lead. Here's Kachuk. Glove save by Skinner. 17-13 remaining in the third period. Aiden Lindell will have his first goal in the final. McDavid wins the face-off. And here's another set over. The pass back over. That makes a good game. Echo watching it. Bouchard. Draisaitl. Passes over to
First goal in the finals.
Echo
First
passes
goal
Skinner.
of the game.
Skinner watching it play. And that one is rolled out of the zone. No offside on Edmonton. And a big shot. Big save on a ticker by Bobrovsky.
Assisted by number 17, Edgar Rodriguez.
I thought this would have been just like a big hit.
By
Well, the
number
Hickers were
8,
saying
yes,
what is going on? This is not changing it to be the right around the way. You can't just do it like you do that on
top of
defender.
the power play
That is a
goal, 2
roughness
minutes
on a
43
ridiculous
seconds in
amount
the
of
third
motion.
period of
I
finals.
think it's gonna
It's
be
Aiden
Edmonton,
Lundell,
and
his
it was
first
16:30
goal in
remaining
the
in the third
game.
period.
First goal in the final on a power play goal was assisted by Evan Rodriguez and Nate Schmidt in the third period on a power play minute at 2 minutes 33 seconds in the
I don't
final.
know if he would do, but Corey Perry really seemed to be like he was able to like neck it off. And McDavid wins it over a face-off. Here's Bouchard. Luskerainen rebounds it. Right to bonus shot. Great take on a range, but it's not enough to beat the goaltender as he makes another save. That great timing and bounding is making it look easier now for Boves, and he really made it look good. Possible ranges, just everything. Here's Schmidt. Schmidt pass to Boves. And here's another little Lundell. Lundell. Cut in motion. That shot's blocked. Rebound Edmonton, back home. Can't clear it out, and it's now back to Luskerainen. Right to Lundell. Should save by Short Skinner. Walensky. Schmidt shoots. Big stop by Skinner. Schmidt. Right to Lundell. And he scores! Take the lead off as Aiden Lundell's got 2 in the game. There was an open look and you see for Aiden Lundell. That is right in the range and you just did not feel like that you would get it in. That is another goal for Florida. They are taking control over in the league. Florida showing a lot of response, and you need Stephen Rice's in the action. That is right in there. That's a great pass when you're looking at it. Florida regains the lead and is now a 7-6 game. They're in the 15-minute mark in the third period. Lundell's ready. McDavid's ready. They're all prepared. And now it's now back the other way to Zach Hyman. You'll have another look. Chance back the outside. Darnell Nurse. McDavid shoots and he scores. Not this time. That is a big temper. I said, there's no stopping here. It keeps going even. Man, I don't know what they're faking. After the celebration, watch what happens with Hyman. He makes a big tipper after for McDavid. Watch here. That is right in the middle. I don't think he did not see that there far, but that's really another goal. I mean, it's just what they are getting from now. And Palmer Rice is like saying, okay, we still need to find another way to get in there. We got to keep working on it, gentlemen. And he has 2 goals in the finals of this game. If he gets his third, he'll have it to make the range in. And Lundell trying to reduce it on Medford. And stopping the pressure on the
goal
Episodes. There's the lead. This one's blocked up by Bobrovsky.
By number 15,
Aiden
Lundell.
That blocks up. Schmidt. Rounding up to Davis Walensky's.
Assisted by number 88,
Keeps it in his own.
Nate
Rebound by Lundell.
Schmidt.
Lundell. For the lead. Now there's another stop by
And
Skinner.
by number 70,
Swings it, and the shot is missed wide.
Time to go, 4 minutes, 14 seconds in the third period of final. It's Aiden Lundell, his second and the final second goal of the game. Assisted by Nate Schmidt and Jesper Boves in the third period at 4 minutes, 14 seconds in the final.
Colson now stops on Emerson, and here's Nurse. Nurse looks to Emerson. Now here's McColson. McColson clears that zone. He will dump it out.
And a rebound by Kulikov. 14:30 remaining in the third period.
Edmonton goal, his second goal
Here's
in the
Barkov.
finals. First goal of the game
Can't
scored
get
by
his own
number
in clear.
18,
Barkov.
Zach Hyman.
Chapman is swinged up in the
Closest to
miss.
by number
Rebound by
97,
Kulak.
Connor McDavid. And by number
Here's Chapman.
25, Darnell Nurse.
Chapman
Time to go,
with
4
a
minutes,
shot.
23
Never saved by
seconds in the
Bobrovsky.
third period of final.
Nicholas in a
And Zach
special
Hyman,
hurry,
his
and he
second
wants to
goal
get over
in
back
the
to
finals.
Barkov.
First
Yeah,
goal of
I
the
don't
game.
think what's going
Closest
on
to
with
by
the
Connor
defenders, I think
McDavid and
there's,
Darnell
like,
Nurse.
no way
In the
track.
third period
They
and
won't
4
start
minutes,
off like
23
this, so they
seconds
gotta
in the
try
final.
to do something else that's considerably outside. No stopping advantage doesn't make anything that's easier enough when you're doing this. This needs to be played in correction. Bennett should save by Stuart Skinner. Skinner, another one goes down. It's rebounded by Draisaitl. Allen for loose puck, and it's rebounded by Kulak. Ty Anderson right now will have another big chain. He'll have a dish over. Chuck gets it back to Bennett. Bennett with a big spin-off attack, and he now finds Forsling again to Ekblad. Ekblad over to Rodriguez. Here's Ekblad again to Forsling. Forsling finding to Bennett. And Ekblad has it to Rodriguez. He goes down. Chuck trying to get into motion. Oh, he just wouldn't think that he wouldn't get the cutoff motion right. Here's Rodriguez. Swings in motion to Bennett. Big stop of the play. That shot's blocked. Chuck pulls it in. Hyman. Right toward his own. Arvidsson shot clock and saved it again by Bobrovsky. Never stop him with under 13 minutes in the third period. And with our next games coming up, we have the approachment here for the NBA Finals as this one continues. We got Pacers and Defenders as they're at Gainbridge Fieldhouse for game number 3. And they'll be preparing it up for a next puck drop, the fall tip-off. That coverage will start here at 8 p.m. the other side of the zone. It's one of our big takes in as for Aiden Lundell and their teammates, expected for Florida, to get back in. And once game 3 and 4 is over, we send you over to Edmonton. And sending in by for my next commentary partners, I will have is James Zabalski. He'll be joining us here with McDavid. And it's also along with Cheryl. And for our special guest here, and this will be the next pregame show, will be all in range, as this will be along the outside of it, as Fan joins along with the others, with Nickel. And the third commentary of the crew will be 2 that will be joining us here for our next NHL Stanley Cup Final here for Edmonton, games 3 and 4. Don't miss out your next tour of the games, only on Son of Beast. Sam Reinhardt. Reinhardt, sprinting muscle. It's back to McDavid, and it's over again to Barkov. He will try to make a move out of it. Aaron Ekblad rushes out. It's right to Reinhardt. He'll send over. The Barkov shot saved by Skinner. Under 12 minutes remaining in the third period, and they'll be able to have another puck drop ready. Set for another puck drop in Edmonton territory. A lot of energy is remade, 7-7. Nugent Hopkins wins the faceoff. Mateus Ekholm again to Bouchard. He'll kick things out. Barkov with the rebound, again a Reinhardt. Shoot ball for the rebound again. That one is saved out by Verhage. Aaron Ekblad. Rebound by Forsling. Forsling sets to Aaron Ekblad. Reinhardt will make a new change in. Set back to Forsling. Barkov, rebound shot blocked by Bouchard. Reinhardt kicks it home. No rebound here by Evan for the Florida Panthers. Now it's Janmark's turn. Doesn't get his first goal in the finals, and he's still waiting patiently and quiet. And Janmark poked up by the goaltender. Here's your Hopkins. A shot blocked by Rodriguez. Reinhardt sets across. Over there to Rodriguez, and he didn't now have the choice in to get into range off. Barkov hits it off with the wall. Here's Nugent Hopkins. It's back to Forsling. And he now has it to Matthew Tkachuk. Tkachuk. Rodriguez. Sharon, what a save! That one is another beauty stop by Stuart Skinner. Unbelievable. I never really felt like that this would almost like Ben's going to miss it out. I don't think that this would change at all. Oh boy, another penalty. They hate it. They really hate it.
2 minutes
I
for
thought this would
cross-checking.
be clean like Lightning did. You see, that's really bad news. This is not when you start doing that. Sam Bennett is in the penalty box. That's another good cross-checking call for the Edmonton officials. play set to go, ready for the leadoff for Edmonton.
Edmonton's really like on a higher range. They're overachievers. They're really thinking there's a lot of bets for the playoffs that they really have to do for. And in the finals, they have to do is they got to make sure they keep it out.
10-minute penalty in the first period of the final. 10 minutes, 41 seconds. It's Florida penalty number 9, Sam Bennett, for a 2-minute crush checking. 10-minute penalty in the first period of finals. 10 minutes, 41 seconds for the Edmonton power play.
There's shoots. Per deflection is off and around the other way as Nicola Lucian can't clear it out. Rebound Edmonton is that call. Here's McDavid. McDavid can't get it puck control. And Nicola will have it to Lundell. He will clear the zone. And we pass the midway mark in the third period of the game. This really is the biggest extension of the game. Remembering from season 1, that is what happens when I definitely did recall on this one. I think that's what happened with Florida Panthers. And then last part of the postseason, and then last season, I bet that you all saw it coming. Florida did a lot of energy working. The crowd is nothing but they really wanted to do for. I mean, respect that. Brown didn't get there through. Nosek clears it out. Just under a minute left for the Oilers power play. 9:30 remaining in the third in the regulation. Nosek's got it back. Ankachuk made another hit on the move. Ankachuk will have it out. Barkov's team ready for a defensive effort. Bouchard pass to Nugent-Hopkins, and that's broken up. Reinhard back to Arvidsson. Quick around the move. Big shot, never saved by Bobrovsky. Nate Schmidt rolling in the corner. Knocked back out from the back range as Reinhard will have that dish zone out. Set chance for the shorthand. Goal, better save, and the final power play is over. Nugent-Hopkins in the penalty box. This will be a tripping on Edmonton. Well, I would have seen that Edmonton would have just saw things, and I think that is a call on this. He doesn't really care about this. Now his head coach is not happy.
Edmonton number 93, 2 minutes for tripping.
That's a great challenging play. Yeah, that is right over there. Yeah, Barkov is a little bit like annoyed now. He's not really choosing enough that he wants to do for him. Barkov and the teammates are on a 4-on-4 attack, and then it will be soon to be their power play chance. It's a 4-on-4, great opportunity range, and we really love to see how this will change. That's really what they all need to do for. They've got to make that clean.
2 minutes for tripping. Top of the penalty in the third period of finals. 8 minutes, 56 seconds. That's Edmonton penalty on number 93, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, for a 2-minute tripping. Top of the penalty, third period of finals, 8 minutes, 56 seconds.
Stop made by Skinner. 1:40 remaining. In the 40 time first power play, and 8:34 in the third. Second game is a lot harder than intense, but it doesn't get soon enough to make it later. Now the win for McDavid's team. Unable to clear that one out. Aaron Ekblad has it again to Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe sets to Sam Bennett. Verhaeghe right toward wing. Verhaeghe. And we'll have to reset it again. 1:24 remaining in the third period. Aaron Ekblad. Send off to Lucian. Lucian. Give it go to Lundell. Shoot for the save made by Stuart Skinner. That puck carries out of his zone. Rebounded by a play by Verhaeghe. And Aaron Ekblad right behind the back. And he'll have it again to Lucian. Here's another chance to Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad tries to give it up. Backhander. Rebound in. Stop by Skinner. Lundell for the 3 goals is denied by the goaltender. Unbelievable. That is just how it gets when Stuart Skinner was really like given another use of his own goal. I don't think that didn't really think that would choose it off. That one was really close. And a win. Here's Ekholm. Can't clear that one zone out of here. It's back to Schmidt again to Rodriguez. He's all in. Effort to Barkov. Sick lifted. Rebound by Ty Anderson. 40 seconds for the Cats power play with only 7:30 remaining. Rodriguez. Behind the cage and outside. It's back to Kachuk. Here's a set. Barkov. To Nate Schmidt. Trying to go for defensive on the blitz. And here comes the full pressure on the attack. And Reed knocked down by the defender of the Cats. And Nate Schmidt on his way down. Ready to prepare for our next one. He's almost having to get out there. And Yamar clears that zone around the net. And the power play's over for the Florida Panthers. They are been smacked down, and it's for Edmonton Oilers. They've been smacking crazy. Oh, another penalty. That's going to be another penalty on the Edmonton. They'll stop in. Yeah, they hate this. They really don't
Edmonton
like
number
this
29,
ball.
2 minutes for interference.
He's pumped out and pissed. Ever see what you're doing from Leon Draisaitl? That's bad manners. He rushes right in the bench. That makes it almost like bad. And yeah, it's not the
It's time now for
Florida fans. They never liked it on Leon Draisaitl and his teammates. Edmonton with another penalty kill. This will be another power play ready for the Florida Cats. Well, I think they might have to do four. I mean, I think the power play might have to go with the lead. And a win for
Edmonton penalty number 29, 2 minutes for interference. Time and a penalty in the third period of final 6 minutes 49 seconds. That's Edmonton penalty number 29, Leon Draisaitl for a 2-minute interference. Time and a penalty in the third period of the final 6 minutes 49 seconds.
Aaron Ekblad will have it again in the middle. Kulak's team, nowhere to go. Kapanen, what a shorthanded save by Bobrovsky. Have to wait on that. Doesn't know where the puck went. And Bobrovsky will hold things in with only 1:26 remaining for the Cats power play. 6:12 left in the third. Barkov wins another face-off. Verhage is right over now again. Set pass to Kachuk. Right to in his zone. Set to Barkov. Try to stick to Verhage. It's back to Barkov, right toward wing. Now have it to Verhage. Set over middle. Right back in there, saved by Skinner. 5:55 remaining in the third period. And they're ready to take the next puck drop in. A close game matchup, 7-7. And another win for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Sorry, Henry. And here's a set over. Pass from to Barkov. Barkov. Shoot save by Skinner. Able to get a clean look here. Stuart Skinner's got a great vision, but they're not done yet. Henrique with another face-off win. Ekholm sent it to Brown. And he'll have it to shout. Schmidt. He'll now find to Rodriguez. And sent to Barkov. Barkov back in his zone. And he's over. Reinhardt. Right toward way, saved by Skinner. Did not see it going, and he just really having a nut save in dialed in. No effort would change. After all that effort, this hours is going to make him go like back and forth. Now another win. As he doesn't get it out of the zone, Lundell keeps the zone in alive. Bennett, 30 seconds for the Cats power play. This Schmidt should save by Skinner. 5:13 remaining in the third period. Only 27 seconds for the Cats power play. And it's still looking for a lead. Still a lot of time left in the period. Still nothing to get here from the leadoff. And no free goals in the game for Lundell yet. Now the win for Klingberg. Dish that zone out. Aaron Ekblad has it down for Huggy. It's back to Lushtarinen. Lushtarinen goes right towards zone. Lushtarinen shoots for a save by Skinner. Didn't think that was going to be enough, but that one really denied the effort. We passed the 5-minute mark as Vincent might discover, and it's only under 5 with 4:59. Down six to Verhage. Here's a set to Aaron Ekblad. To Verhage. Chance. Shot for the lead. Another save play by Stuart Skinner. And here's Ekblad. Shot. Great save. Lundell trying to get for a rebound, and he just could not find it where he went. He would just make it a little uncomfortable. That Stuart Skinner was really making an easy dials in his own. He felt he was a little hard attacking his motion. I don't know how it's going to happen, but he's going to have to keep the key in. On brace for the loose puck. Sam Bennett. Shoot save by Stuart Skinner. There's no
puts pressure back. Another smackdown for the Florida Cats. Makes a miss. Rebound by Mark. And here's Guzanakis. He fires it. Blocked by Merhegi. Aaron Ekblad's got it back. And he's all alone. A set over. Right on. Side by Stuart Skinner. 4 minutes remaining in the third period. An unbelievable save by the Skinner on the game. Oh my gosh. He's all over it now. Stuart Skinner, he had a lot of power range, and he would feel like, I am not done with this. I don't think I am not going to quit. He really felt like, well, he's still alive though. I mean, how would you have to do it? You don't beat him to death. And a win for McDavid. That one catches up by Bennett. And here's Rodriguez. Right to the loop. Breakaway try. Save by Skinner. Shoots one. No save. And he scores. That's Broncos. Rodriguez with the rebound. He has their lead. Look at me now. When Rodriguez with his own rebound, that's where you see this. I don't think he was able to get a next goal in, but that timing was a little off. How was that? Let's watch it again. Now look over here at Rodriguez. He was right with this rebound, and just look how he was able to get there. That is a great look when you have no choice to go. When Evan Rodriguez was up there, he really would have to chase it back to make it in. And with the win for Bouchard, he now finds the Arvidsson. Another rebound by Matthew Tkachuk, and a lot of big comeback rallies in game 2. They really did. And just like overtime, you wouldn't just believe it. And now you got a hero of the game to take the lead. Rodriguez, what are you going to do? Big stop there by Sergei Bobrovsky. And he covers it up with only 3:19 remaining in the third period. I love that hustle. Sergei has been on a roll. He's been dilating this so far. And to come back with this rookie shirt, he's just have it all. Barkov brings another face-off. We still have time to think about it to try and keep it back in again. Here's a chance. Shoots out for the defender. And he tries to roll back to Barkov and he rolls to the right. About 3 minutes left remaining in the third period. He'll have it around next to Sam Reinhart. Here's a set to Kolakov. Barkov races over to Mikola. Finds Kolakov. He'll have it again for Harry. Right chance to Mikola. Make a double hit. Harry.
Time of the goal, 16 minutes, 19 seconds in the third period of final. That's Evan Rodriguez, his first in the final. First goal of the game. This is the base Sam Bennett and Dmitry Kolakov in the third period. At 16 minutes, 19 seconds in the final.
His first goal of the final. I cannot believe that Nico is doing this. How does he get a ricochet on hits? That's really difficult in that range. No play doesn't get anything down. Panthers are up by a 2-point lead, and it's now a 9-7 lead over Edmonton. I love the comeback rally. You know, I just really wanted to make him feel like, well, we need a 1-point game, guys. We're not losing this on our own for Edmonton, but they can't lose their effort if they don't choose to quit or make them feel like they've been throwing out. They just need to make sure they're in the right change. And set to Bovets. Good poke check by Bouchard, and he now has it again to Skinner. Here's Leon Draisaitl. Aaron Ekblad's got it this time, and it's now back to Aaron Ekblad the other way. A set to Lushkarian. Shoots, glove saved by Skinner. Stop at 2:02 remaining in the third period. And now I have your takes here, guys. What is your fellas on for this one? Well, I'm going to say now that looks like Lindell, he's doing it really well. I totally agree. Lindell is making it really good, but I think there might be a bit of range. How about you, Test Tube? Let's have you on center ice. Oh, thanks, guys. I was noticing that this was really like the biggest comeback rallies.
And for center plates, Barkov had a great night. He went out to choose it for all of it, and Matthew Tkachuk is for real. He made this one tricky, possible scores, and he really had it all. This one was a great comeback switches that he ever done. Rodriguez the other way for 90 seconds remaining in the same minute. Matthew Tkachuk with another shot. That tips up, and Darnell Nurse will have it on the rebound again. McDavid's team back the other way again, Robertson. Goalie rushing toward the bench as we're nearing the final minute. In the first period.
By number 5.
Klingberg. They got skaters on, and he's ready to get going. Schmidt. Bumps it up.
By number 23.
Clears that center. Can't get this through. Let's go, Mr. Jimmerowski. And it's over again.
Time in the goal, 17 minutes, 28 seconds in the third of final.
9-8. Not done yet. He has 2, but I think that Lindell may just have to do for 3 if he gets it. So I think this could be it. He had a lot of big tipper, and after this play, that is where you see that big tipper is right in the range. He has 2 in the finals. He now has 3 in the finals as they're working it off. And they're set. Panther fans stand up and rise in Sunrise, Florida.
Less minute play in the third period.
Here's another range as they're ready to kick things off. Force lane. Big kick. And it's pulled back the other way. Barkov will have it out. Reinhard. And the extra skater again. Here comes another one. Barkov.
Edmonton goal, his second goal in the game. Third goal in the final. Scored by number 18, Zach Hyman. Assisted by number 25, Darnell Nurse. And by number 43, Victor Robertson. Top of the goal, 19 minutes in the third period of the final. And Zach Hyman, his third goal in the final. Second goal of the game. Assisted by Darnell Nurse and Victor Robertson. At 19 minutes in the third period of the final.
Trying to just shove it out. Now Brandon Mikula. Here's Raggy. He shoots one deep. He missed wide. Icing on the Florida Gate Panthers. Just 11 seconds remaining in the third period of the second game. And Barkov will win it. And Mikula will now send it on that play. And it's all over. Verhage will take it in for the win, and that's all she wrote. Florida Panthers wins the game, and now 2-0. It's been a big night when you see things for Sergei Bobrovsky. The Wild City has done all what they did. I knew what you're thinking. What are they? And Stanley, that's 2-0 for the Caps.
Panthers fans, thank you for joining us for tonight's game, and we look forward to you heading back for Game 3 as they take on the Edmonton Oilers at Rogers Place in Edmonton. Join us for the watch party, and the puck drop starts at 8:30. Thank you, and have a great night.
For another game. Thank you for watching. So long, everyone. All right, thank you very much. Signed for 3 stars. Jeff Skinner with 2 goals, 1 assist, and 3 hits. He made it look really clean to get it off. And the second star player goes to Corey Perry with 1 goal, 2 assists, and 14 hits. He just did it like that, all in motion, one time to the other. And your first star player in the game, the boosting saves made it clear, was in for Leon Draisaitl. He had 1 goal, 3 assists, and 7 hits.
And here are these total statistics after the game. 99 over 59 total shots on goal. 119 over 81 hits for Edmonton. 1331 for Florida over 355. And it was 88 over 81 for the passing effectiveness for Edmonton Oilers. 45 over 41 for Edmonton. Then it was 10-minute penalty kill on Edmonton with only 1 power play goal with 450. And Florida with only 6-minute penalty kill with 2 power play goals and 733. Well, the first period didn't think that was going to be it, but the third period, they found a way, and a big comeback rally to Evan Rodriguez. How do you think of that?
Oh, I love that one. It's great to the honor. And the Cats fans, they knew what this will be like. And a big chain-up doesn't get anything better.
Well, along with my broadcast partner, along with me, Terry, and Roy Cruz, we hope you enjoyed this part of the game.
and stick around for Game 3 as the Panthers are heading off to Edmonton to face against the Oilers at Rogers Place. Coverage on the puck drop will start at 8 p.m. Don't miss out your next games of NHL Stanley Cup Final on EA Sports. And along with me and my crew, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
For as well as the NHL 25 of the Stanley Cup Final dial. This is Roy
And Terry Crews signing out.
Good night in South Florida.
If you don't, somebody will.